Have you ever looked down and wondered, where did this belly come from? You eat less than you used to. You move slower. And yet, the weight keeps settling right around your waist. But here's the shocking part. That belly fat isn't just about food. It's a warning sign. It's your body telling you your digestion is slowing down, that inflammation is building, that your metabolism is losing its spark. And for millions of people over 60, it's the start of something more serious. Diabetes, heart disease, even memory loss. This video could be your wake-up call. Because what if we told you there's a simple morning drink, just one glass, once a day, for 10 days, and it could change how your belly feels, how your gut works, how your whole body responds. No drugs, no diets, just ingredients from your kitchen, used the right way at the right time. Welcome to Healthy Aging Life, where aging doesn't mean decline. It means taking back control. Before we dive in, we want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with belly fat or slow digestion? Type yes in the comments if that sounds familiar. And if you're ready to reset your health, type day 1 to begin. Hit like, share this with someone over 60 who needs it, and make sure you subscribe to Healthy Aging Life. We've got a lot more wisdom coming your way. Now, let's get into the 5 ancient ingredients that could change everything. For millions of older adults, waking up with a bloated, heavy belly has become the norm. But the truth is, a growing waistline in your 60s or 70s isn't just about aging. It's about biology, and more importantly, it's about what's happening beneath the surface. As we age, the body naturally loses muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. Muscle is the engine that burns calories, and when it shrinks, metabolism slows down. That means even if your eating habits haven't changed, your body is now more likely to store fat, especially around the abdomen. Add to this the decline in physical activity that often accompanies retirement or health limitations, and you have the perfect formula for midsection weight gain. But it doesn't stop there. Aging also affects your gut. Stomach acid production decreases, digestive enzymes become less effective, and intestinal motility slows. In other words, your digestive system becomes sluggish. This not only leads to constipation and bloating, but also sets off low-grade inflammation that lingers in the body, a condition now widely referred to in geriatric medicine as inflammaging. Inflammaging has been linked to everything from insulin resistance to heart disease and Alzheimer's. And one of its earliest visible signs? Belly fat that seems to cling no matter what you do. It's not just what you eat. It's how your aging body processes it or doesn't. Just look at public figures like former First Lady Michelle Obama. Even in her 50s, she made strength training and gut health a personal priority, not for vanity, but for long-term vitality. Her focus on muscle, movement, and anti-inflammatory foods illustrates a powerful truth. Aging doesn't equal decline. It's a shift, and we can shift with it. Understanding this cascade of changes, slower digestion, rising inflammation, and hormonal shifts, sets the stage for targeted action. Because the good news is you don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul. Sometimes, all it takes is one small ritual each morning to kickstart change. So what's that ritual? We're about to break it down, one healing ingredient at a time. Some of the most powerful tools for reducing belly fat don't come from a lab. They come from nature. And these 5 ingredients, though simple, have stood the test of time across cultures, healing traditions, and now even peer-reviewed science. It starts with warm water. More than just hydration, warm water acts as a natural vasodilator, gently widening blood vessels and relaxing the smooth muscles of the digestive tract. This improves circulation to the liver and intestines, enhancing detoxification and easing bowel movements. It's a forgotten ritual in the West, but in Ayurvedic and Eastern medicine, warm water is the first medicine of the day. Even Queen Elizabeth II was known to start her mornings with warm water and lemon, a small act with surprisingly deep physiological impact. Next comes apple cider vinegar, a fermented elixir praised since Hippocrates. Its acetic acid helps suppress fat accumulation, improve insulin sensitivity, and lower post-meal blood sugar spikes. More than that, it increases satiety and supports fat oxidation, essential for trimming visceral fat. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, once mentioned the importance of metabolic health in performance and longevity, apple cider vinegar is now part of many executive wellness protocols for a reason. Third is lemon juice, a potent source of vitamin C and bioflavonoids. It's acidic in taste but alkalizing in the body, supporting pH balance and detox pathways. Its sourness also stimulates gastric juices, kickstarting digestion. Research shows that vitamin C helps regulate cortisol and inflammation, two major culprits behind belly fat in older adults. Fourth is fresh ginger, a root known for its anti-inflammatory and pro-circulatory properties. Its active compounds, like gingerol, reduce oxidative stress and soothe the gut-brain axis. For those who suffer from bloating, nausea, or gut discomfort, ginger can act like a natural recalibration. It's also thermogenic, slightly raising body temperature and metabolic rate, much like green tea. Finally, cinnamon, a spice revered since biblical times. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar and insulin spikes while enhancing the microbiome. Its polyphenol act as antioxidants, and its warmth can help reduce cravings. Former President Barack Obama, who's been public about managing his health carefully post-office, is known to enjoy spiced teas over sugary drinks, cinnamon being a common inclusion. Each ingredient alone offers benefits, but combined, they create a synergistic blend that soothes digestion, balances blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and supports fat loss, all without a single pill. Let's now take a closer look at how these ingredients work in real life, through the story of someone who used this exact combination to change everything. Mary was 72, widowed, and living alone in suburban Arizona. Like many her age, she had a complicated health history: type 2 diabetes, chronic constipation, bloating after nearly every meal, and nights of restless sleep. Food no longer brought joy. Her stomach often felt heavy, her appetite was inconsistent, and the mirror reflected a woman she barely recognized. But everything started to change after a phone call from her daughter, a nutritionist in San Francisco, who suggested trying a simple morning drink. Nothing radical, just warm water mixed with lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, grated ginger, and a pinch of cinnamon. Mary, skeptical but open, agreed to try it for 10 days. By day 3, something shifted. She felt less bloated after breakfast. Her belly, once tight and distended by midday, felt lighter. She also noticed she was snacking less, not because she forced herself, but because her appetite had recalibrated. On day 5, she slept through the night for the first time in months. No racing thoughts, no midnight tossing. By day 7, she was going to the bathroom regularly. For someone who had battled constipation for over a decade, this felt miraculous. Her blood sugar readings began to level out, and even her morning joint stiffness had decreased. Most striking of all, by day 10, her waistband was looser. Not dramatically, but noticeably. It wasn't a magic cure. Mary didn't lose 20 pounds, but she gained something far more valuable: hope. For the first time in years, her digestion, energy, and mindset aligned. She felt in control again. Her experience mirrors thousands of seniors who've tried this ritual. And while Mary is fictional, her story is drawn from clinical realities: patients who combine gentle, natural support with consistency and see meaningful results. Even Oprah Winfrey, who's spoken openly about her decades-long struggle with weight and inflammation, often emphasizes how the small things done consistently, not big, extreme changes, are what shift a person's health trajectory. So what makes this combination so effective on a physiological level? To understand that, we need to look at the underlying science: how digestion, inflammation, and metabolism work together as we age. Let's break it down. One of the most overlooked truths about aging is this: as the body becomes more fragile, it also becomes more responsive to subtle shifts, especially when it comes to digestion, inflammation, and metabolic regulation. Let's start with digestive enzymes. By the time we reach our 60s or 70s, our pancreas produces fewer of the enzymes needed to break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. This leads to incomplete digestion, which causes bloating, gas, and nutrient malabsorption. That's why something as simple as lemon juice, which stimulates enzyme secretion, or apple cider vinegar, which boosts stomach acidity, can significantly improve the way seniors feel after meals. but the benefits go far beyond digestion. There's a biological phenomenon called inflammaging, a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation that increases with age. It quietly accelerates everything from insulin resistance to cognitive decline. This is where ginger and cinnamon come in. Both contain bioactive compounds, gingerols and cinnamaldehyde, that reduce inflammatory markers and help modulate immune response. It's subtle, but over time, it makes a huge difference. Then there's the gut-brain hormone connection. Your gut isn't just for digestion. It communicates directly with your brain and endocrine system. When digestion is sluggish, cortisol, the stress hormone, rises. Serotonin, the feel-good hormone, drops. That's why poor digestion often leads to brain fog, anxiety, or even depression. The warm water in this morning blend soothes the gut lining, while ginger calms the vagus nerve, which connects your digestive tract to your brainstem. And let's not forget the gut microbiome. A diverse and balanced community of bacteria is key to healthy aging. Over time, processed foods, medications, and stress reduce microbial diversity. But cinnamon, ginger, and lemon help feed beneficial bacteria and reduce pathogenic overgrowth. That's not just theory. It's backed by multiple studies from institutions like Harvard and the Cleveland Clinic. Even people like Jeff Bezos have invested heavily in gut microbiome research through health tech ventures. Why? Because modern science is catching up to what ancient cultures already knew. A healthy gut is the foundation for a healthy body and mind. All this explains why such a simple drink has such a profound effect. When your body systems are already strained, a small, consistent input can create ripple effects across every major function. Now that we've seen the science, it's time to get practical. Let's walk through the exact recipe and preparation method that makes this ritual so effective. The power of this drink lies not just in the ingredients, but in how you prepare and consume them. Precision matters, especially as we age and our bodies become more sensitive to both deficiencies and excess. Start with 1 to 2 cups of warm water. It should be comfortably warm, like a mild tea, not boiling, not lukewarm. This temperature helps relax the digestive tract and jumpstart hydration. Cold water, in contrast, can constrict blood vessels and slow digestion, especially in the morning. Next, squeeze in 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. This offers a boost of vitamin C and gently stimulates bile production. If you want an added kick, you can grate a small amount of lemon zest, which contains essential oils that support liver detoxification. Then add 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Make sure it includes the mother, those cloudy strands of beneficial enzymes and probiotics that form during fermentation. This dose is enough to support digestion without irritating the stomach lining. People with acid reflux or ulcers should start with half the amount and gradually build up. Add 1/2 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger or a few thin slices. Pre-ground ginger works in a pinch, but fresh root is more potent in terms of anti-inflammatory effects and flavor. Ginger also enhances circulation, which is particularly helpful in older adults with poor extremity blood flow. Finally, sprinkle in 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon is preferred over cassia, especially for long-term use, as it contains less coumarin, a compound that can affect liver health in high doses. Cinnamon adds gentle sweetness and helps balance blood sugar throughout the day. Stir well and drink on an empty stomach, ideally within 30 minutes of waking up. For those with sensitive digestion, it's fine to split the drink into 2 servings, half in the morning, half mid-afternoon. Just make sure to adjust the vinegar accordingly. From a clinical standpoint, this blend is safe for most people when used in moderation. But those with kidney issues, GERD, or who are on blood thinners should consult their physician first. Even natural ingredients interact with medications and individual biology. And as former First Lady Laura Bush once said about routines, the little things you do every day become the foundation of the life you live. This ritual may be simple, but its consistency can reshape your health trajectory. Now let's take it further. This drink doesn't just reduce bloating, it can also support cardiovascular health, insulin sensitivity, and even cognitive clarity. Let's explore those broader impacts next. This morning drink isn't just about shrinking your waistline. It's about protecting your most vital systems as you age. Each ingredient plays a role not only in digestion and fat metabolism, but in defending the body against chronic diseases that disproportionately affect seniors. Let's begin with blood sugar and insulin resistance. As the pancreas ages, it becomes less efficient at managing glucose, leading to rising insulin levels and eventually type 2 diabetes. Apple cider vinegar and cinnamon directly address this. Studies show that acetic acid from vinegar can slow the absorption of carbohydrates and improve insulin sensitivity after meals. Cinnamon, especially Ceylon, has been shown to lower fasting blood glucose and enhance how cells respond to insulin. These effects are subtle but compound over time, exactly what's needed to prevent metabolic syndrome. Next, consider blood pressure and cholesterol. High LDL cholesterol and hypertension are among the leading risk factors for heart disease, the #1 cause of death worldwide. Apple cider vinegar can modestly reduce LDL and triglycerides while increasing HDL. Ginger promotes vasodilation and improves circulation, which can ease arterial tension. Even lemon juice, rich in flavonoids and vitamin C, helps protect the vascular lining and reduce oxidative damage in arteries. Then there's the brain, arguably our most precious asset. Inflammaging or chronic low-grade inflammation is now recognized as a major contributor to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Ginger and cinnamon have neuroprotective properties that calm inflammatory cytokines in the brain. Lemon supports vascular health, ensuring oxygen-rich blood reaches brain tissue efficiently. And the gut-brain axis comes into play again. When digestion improves, neurotransmitter balance stabilizes. Serotonin, 90% of which is made in the gut, directly influences mood, memory, and cognitive resilience. It's worth noting that media mogul Arianna Huffington radically changed her lifestyle after collapsing from exhaustion. Her focus, sleep, anti-inflammatory foods, and gut health, all factors this drink supports. And she's not alone. Tech leaders, presidents, and athletes alike are investing in preventive health, not just treatment. What's remarkable is that 5 simple, natural ingredients used consistently can touch every system that matters most in later life. But to truly see the benefits, it must become more than a trial. It needs to become part of your rhythm. Let's talk about how to make this a long-term habit that fits into your daily life, without stress or overwhelm. The beauty of this drink isn't just in what it does, but how little effort it takes to do it. For older adults, complicated health plans or extreme diets often feel overwhelming. But 10 days of one small, consistent morning habit? That feels doable, and that's exactly the point. Behavioral science shows that microhabits are far more sustainable than drastic changes. By starting each day with this nutrient-packed drink, seniors set a rhythm that influences everything else, from meal choices to energy levels. And consistency, not intensity, is what drives transformation. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He's famous for his disciplined, long-term investment strategy, doing small things right every day for decades. That same principle applies to health. You don't need perfection. You need patterns that compound over time. After the initial 10-day period, many people report better digestion, fewer cravings, and a calmer gut. But to keep the benefits going, this drink should become part of a broader routine. That means pairing it with whole food meals. Think leafy greens, legumes, fish, eggs, and berries. Avoid ultra-processed foods that inflame the gut and spike insulin. It also means moving your body, not necessarily through high-impact workouts, but gentle daily movement. A 30-minute walk, light stretching, or Tai Chi improves circulation, aids digestion, and helps regulate blood sugar. Even former President George H.W. Bush, well into his 80s, stayed active with daily water aerobics. Movement is medicine, especially for seniors. Hydration, sleep, and stress management also play key roles. A warm drink in the morning sets a calming tone for the day, signaling safety to your nervous system. That reduces cortisol and promotes fat metabolism. To stay consistent, habit stacking works. Place your ingredients beside your coffee mug. Do it right after brushing your teeth. Tie it to something you already do. Over time, this ritual won't feel like a task. It will feel like part of who you are. And with just one change, you may find that everything else slowly begins to align. Now let's step back and reflect. What deeper message does this simple practice really teach us? In the rush of life, it's easy to forget how powerful the simple things are. A glass of warm water, a slice of lemon, the smell of cinnamon in the morning. But these small moments hold deep meaning, especially as we age. They remind us that healing doesn't always come in pills or prescriptions. Sometimes it comes from returning to what's natural and essential. Gratitude is where wellness begins, and not just for our bodies, but for the earth that nourishes them. When we drink lemon water or use ginger root, we're participating in a cycle older than civilization. One that connects us with nature, with culture, and with generations who lived long before us. Even people like Pope Francis have emphasized this connection. He often speaks about integral ecology, how human health and the planet's health are inseparable. The sunlight that warms the lemon tree, the rain that feeds the cinnamon bark, these aren't just poetic symbols. They're part of the living pharmacy we all share. As we care for our own bodies, we model something deeper. That wellness isn't selfish. It's a form of responsibility. It shows up in how we move, what we eat, and what we pass on. When you choose to make one healthy change, like this morning drink, you're also choosing to be a better parent, grandparent, neighbor, or friend. Because your energy, mood, and presence affect the people around you more than you know. Passing on this wisdom is just as important as practicing it. Share the recipe. Talk to your children about gut health. Tell your friends about what worked for you. Let wellness ripple outward. As Michelle Obama once said, health is personal, but it's also political and communal. When we invest in ourselves, we lift up others too. The real lesson here isn't just about shrinking your belly. It's about expanding your sense of what's possible at any age. With consistency, nature, and care, a simple morning ritual can become a lifelong message of self-respect, gratitude, and quiet strength. And sometimes that's all it takes to begin rewriting your story. If you've made it this far, you already know. This wasn't just about flattening your belly. It was about rediscovering your rhythm and reconnecting with the natural wisdom your body still remembers. Every glass you drink is an act of care. Every morning you choose to show up for yourself is a message. You are not done growing. You are not done healing. You are not done living fully. The truth is, your age doesn't decide your health. Your habits do. And this habit, this warm, healing drink is small. But it's powerful, because it creates momentum. And momentum changes everything. So here's what we want you to do now. Try this for 10 days. Watch what happens. And when you notice a change, then pass it on. Share this video with your sister, your neighbor, your walking group. Someone needs to hear this. And tell us in the comments, what's one small health habit you wish you'd started earlier in life? We'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Healthy Aging Life, and turn on the bell so you never miss another way to age stronger, not weaker. This is your time, your body, your story, and it's far from over.